Clinging is the nature of Ashlesha Nakshatra. Ashalesa is also called as the clinging star, and Buddha says, you only lose what you cling to. Reminds me of a story, the story of a Buddhist nun. This Buddhist nun had a beautiful golden statue of Buddha, and she used to carry the Buddha wherever she would go. Buddhist monks and nuns have to go on moving for 8 months in the year, except the 4 months of rain. So from one temple, from one monastery to another. She was staying in one of the temples of China. She had gone to travel to Chinese temples and monasteries, and that temple has 10,000 statues of Buddha. It is a unique temple in the whole world. 10,000 statues. Almost the whole mountain has been cut into statues and made into a temple. Perhaps it has taken centuries to build it. She was staying there. And this had been her constant worry. Every morning when she worships her golden Buddha, she puts flowers, sweets, burns incense. But you cannot depend upon the wind, upon the breeze. The fragrance arising out of the burning incense may not reach the golden Buddha's nose. It may move in any direction. In that temple, there were 10,000 other Buddhas, and the fragrance was going to other Buddhas' noses, and this was intolerable. This was too much. She was feeling very hurt that her own poor Buddha is not getting any incense, and all these vagabonds, and my Buddha is golden and they are just stones, and after all my Buddha is my Buddha. This is how the mind functions. It is so possessive. It cannot even see that they are all statues of the same man. Which nose is getting the incense doesn't matter. It is reaching the Buddha. But my Buddha, the old possessive mind continues. So she devised a small method. She brought a bamboo, a hollow bamboo, and cut it into a small piece. She will burn the incense and put the bamboo on top of it. One side will take the incense smoke in, and the other side she will put on the nose of her golden Buddha. Almost like making him smoke. But that created a problem. Her Buddha's nose became black. That disturbed her even more. She asked the high priest of the temple, "What should I do? My poor Buddha's nose has become black." He said, "But how did it happen?" She said, "I feel very embarrassed to say. It is my own doing." And then she explained the whole thing. The priest laughed. He said, "All these are Buddhas here. One Buddha, 10,000 Buddhas, to whom it reaches does not matter. You should not be so miserly, so possessive. Buddha cannot be yours and cannot be mine. The nose of the Buddha has become black because of your possessiveness." Rahu in Ashalesha bring intense possessiveness, which in turn goes on fueling the clinging nature, and then a day comes when the person loses what she clings to. Ashalesha is considered as not so good nakshatra by the ancient seers, simply because the nature of clinging attracts more miseries in life than otherwise. Always remember, the appearances of the world are not the problem. It's clinging to them that causes suffering. Ashalesha is primarily a feminine nakshatra. Since the default nature of woman is also of clinging, if you closely observe than in most cases around the world, it is the boyfriend or husband who dumps his girlfriend or wife. Usually the female partner is not willing to let go so easily, because woman is primarily ruled by moon, and the nature of moon is of clinging. Rahu in Ashalesha primarily falls in the sign of Cancer, which is ruled by moon. Generally, it is observed that it is the man who dumps his girlfriend or wife. Woman usually is not inclined in letting go. The subtle nature of every woman on this planet is of clinging, remaining attached. A woman gets attached more than a man. It is necessary for a Rahu in Ashlesha woman or a man to realize the fact that love has absolutely nothing to do with attachment. Don't confuse love with attachment. Attachment says, I love you, so I need you, because only you can make me happy. Love says, I love you, so I want you to be happy. If I am a part of that, fine. If not, I just want you to be happy. The primary message to all natives having Rahu in Ashlesha is to live your life by being detached. Real love happens only through detachment. Attachments simply destroy all the possibilities of lasting love. Drop the idea that attachment and love are one thing. They are enemies. It is attachment that destroys all love. People are shallow. They think that being attached is being in love. That is utterly wrong idea of love. Love blossoms and love lasts only when you remain detached. Doubts and possessiveness arise through attachments. Peace and bliss is born out of detachment. Understand the difference. Save the difference. Ashalesha Rahu natives should remember that the moment love becomes attachment, you have missed love. Because love blossoms and stays only when there is freedom, absolute freedom. Love should never become attachment. Always remember this. The moment love becomes attachment, love becomes a relationship. The moment love becomes demanding, it is a prison. It has destroyed your freedom. You cannot fly in the sky. You are encaged. Those who seek relationship are not true lovers, because love is a matter of your inner nature and not of relationship. Love is a matter of inner nature, not of relationship. Love has nothing to do with relationship. Love is a state of being. It is an inner component of one's individuality. Ashlesha, being an emotional full nakshatra, often confuses love with attachment, and in turn goes through much agonies and sufferings which are primarily on a mental level and not physical. Buddha says the root of suffering is attachment. The nature of Rahu is highly possessive and obsessive, and on top of that, when Rahu is in the sign of moon, who just loves to cling, to remain attached, then you can imagine how much possessive and obsessive the person can become with this placement. Advice to Ashlesha Nakshatra born natives and natives having Rahu in Ashlesha is: Don't be an emotional fool, because people are always ready to take advantage of your emotions. Emotion can be misleading. Emotion can fool you into believing things that in the true sense are untrue. Emotions are of the mind. The high and low tides of the ocean are impacted by the phases of moon, and so does it impacts the emotions of human beings. That is how on a no moon day you feel low, and on a full moon day you feel high. The menstruation period of woman is also largely impacted by the phases of the moon. Human body blood consists of 90% of water, and since moon impacts the water bodies within the human body, the menstruation bleeding is primarily impacted by the phases of moon as well as by the state of emotions that the woman is going through. Because emotions are of the mind, and the mind is ruled by the moon. That is why on spiritual path, the very first step is to purify the emotions. And to purify the emotions, first the mind has to be purified. How will you purify the mind? That must be your next question. And the answer is simple: by chanting the name of the Lord, by chanting the holy mantra, by meditating every day, by reading the holy scriptures, shlokas every day. Buddha says, the most illuminating is a mind which is thoroughly cleansed of dirt. The intense emotional nature that Rahu in Ashlesha bring along is good as long as you are a meditative being, because then you cleanse the dirt that has accumulated on your mind by meditating every day. Meditation is not something that you do once and forget about, because each moment of life you go on gathering dust. It is just like a traveler who is traveling. Each day he goes on gathering dust on his clothes, on his body. Every day he has to take a bath to cleanse his body. Meditation is like a daily bath. Rahu in Ashalesha is actually a blessing in disguise for evolved souls, because it can bring a certain awareness towards purifying the mind and moving beyond the mind. It can become a great asset for meditation practitioner, spirit healers, or psychologists. However, for a less evolved being, Rahu in Ashalesha can literally lead to an emotional turmoil in life, simply because such a being has never taken any efforts to purify his mind by turning inwards. But when less evolved beings take to meditations, prayers, and consistent yoga practice, then the emotional turmoil that they have been through can actually become a learning phase that reconnects them with the divinity within. Always remember, emotional turmoil can be a powerful catalyst to reconnect us with our divine nature. It propels us into a journey of self-discovery and urges us to learn how to love and accept our entire being. Rahu in Ashlesha brings inclination towards wild imaginations and unique ideas to the brain. However, it is the state of the moon in the chart that decides on which route and in what way the brain will process the desires initiated by Rahu. Moon commands Mercury. Moon is the mind. and your brain works based on the direction that your mind, that is moon, provides. And so Rahu in Ashalesha makes Mercury and moon instrumental in deciding the overall course of native's life. If moon and Mercury is well placed, then Rahu in Ashalesha can give birth to great writers, actors, and artists who produce unique work of art that is mesmerizing and deeply engaging. One of the finest Hollywood actor, Tom Cruise, has a Rahu in Ashalesha. However, Rahu in Ashalesha also brings great attraction towards the supernatural, the mystic, the occult, the science of Scientology. Tom Cruise has been a Scientologist for many years. He quotes, "It is well known that I am a Scientologist, and that has helped me to find that inner peace in my life, and it's something that has given me great stability and tools that I use." Scientology is a cult, a movement that believes in the fact that a human being is an immortal spiritual being known as a Titan, which is similar to soul, that is resident in a physical body. The Titan or soul has had innumerable past lives. To a large extent, Scientology is similar to Hindu Sanatan Dharma, though it is more focused on practical testing than just following the beliefs. Scientology was invented by an American science fiction author, L. Ron Hubbard. Hubbard was also a United States Navy officer. In the initial days, Hubbard came up with a unique healing technique called Dynetics. Dynetics is a counseling technique in which the healer assists the patient in conscious recall of traumatic events that happened in his or her past. It was a kind of psychotherapy. However, Hubbard defined Dynetics as a spiritual healing technology and an organized science of thoughts. Hubbard later established three Church of Scientology: Church of American Science, Church of Scientology, and a Church of Spiritual Engineering. The difference between a normal church and a Church of Scientology is that the Church of Scientology has no set dogma concerning God that it imposes on its members. As with all its tenets, Scientology does not ask individuals to accept anything on faith alone. Rather, as one's level of spiritual awareness increases through participation in Scientology auditing and training, one attains his own certainty of every dynamic. Accordingly, only when the seventh dynamic, the spiritual stage, is reached in its entirety will one discover and come to a full understanding of the eighth dynamic, that is the infinity, and one's relationship to the Supreme Being. In simple words, Scientology does not preach or impose a particular idea of God. Rather, people are expected to discover the truth through their own observations as their awareness grows. Tom Cruise, who has Rahu in Ashalesha, quotes, "I think it's a privilege to call yourself a Scientologist, and it's something you have to earn. If you are a Scientologist, you see life, things the way they are in all its glory. in all of its perplexity, and the more you know as a Scientologist, the more you become overwhelmed by it. Rahu in Ashalesha at some stage of life definitely pulls you towards spirituality and supernatural sciences. Tom Cruise, a perfect Rahu in Ashalesha example. Scientology or similar kind of movements that are primarily focused on healing by spiritual means are very closely connected with the nakshatra Ashlesha. Ashlesha is primarily related with air, and all kinds of magics happen through the air. It is also related with spells, mantra, because Ashlesha is ruled by Mercury, the planet that rules over the pronunciations, spells, spellings of specific words or mantra. And so Ashalesha is very closely related to the world of magic, white magic or black magic, but magic comes easily to the nakshatra of Ashalesha, or for matter, natives born on Ashalesha or having Rahu in Ashalesha. A natural inclination towards the occult, the magic, the tantra is always found in natives having Rahu in Ashalesha. It is necessary to remember that the energy used for performing a certain magic is the same. However, it all depends on the person whether he or she has focused on expanding positivism within or negativity within. Black magic is nothing but when a man has accumulated thought energy without throwing out his negativity beforehand. And white magic is nothing but when a man has attained too much thought energy and has based his total being on a positive attitude. The energy with negativity becomes black, the same energy with positivity becomes white. A thought is a great force, it is a thing. Rahu in Ashalesha can really do wonders and magics and can be of great help to the society if they focus on nurturing positivity within them. Cancer Rahu Ashalesha native do not get much love from his mother. Either the mother is absent in the native's life due to early death or divorce, or relations with mother are not as great as it should be. Positive or negative, but mother remains the focal point in the native's life. Either the native is disengaged with his mother, or the engagement is too much, so much that the native becomes a mommy's boy. Rahu Ashalesha native is too much obsessed with security. They want a lot of security around them. Even if they have locked the door from inside, still before going to bed at night they will again recheck whether the door is properly locked from inside or not. They just want more security. Rahu brings too much fear of being attacked by outsiders, and so the native takes too much care of his or her security. Cancer is indeed a sign that want to remain secured. That is how the Cancer sign is represented by a crab, whose hard outer shell protects him from danger or attacks. Ashalesha Rahu natives has the capacity to transform their emotional vulnerability into emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is your ability to recognize and understand emotions in yourself and others, and your ability to use this awareness to manage your behavior and relationships. Rahu in Ashalesha often brings certain supernatural elements to the house in which the native stays. These supernatural elements can either be constructive or destructive based on the quality of Rahu, Mercury, and Moon in the birth chart. Natives with this placement are also interested much in learning Feng Shui or Vastu Shastra, the science of architecture. In worst scenarios, the native's residence is haunted by ghosts or is affected by black magic spells. And in a positive scenario, the native nurtures the overall aura of his residence by initiating certain rituals that bring luck and prosperity in his or her life. But the bottom line is that the native becomes more interested in rectifying the subtle energies that exist in his or her residence. In certain cases, it has been found that the native's mother is haunted by ghosts or affected by black magic spells. Mother is ambitious or mother is a victim of certain fake spiritual beings. The essence of the matter is that Rahu in Ashalesha shows some problem related to native's mother. It can be related to her nature, her situation, or her tragic destiny. Sexual drive of Rahu in Ashalesha native is totally based on emotions, bonding, and connection. To these natives, sex is about the connection. Sex is about the connection. Great sex is a byproduct of a great relationship, where you have communication and sex is an extension of that, where it's just free, and that's how it should be. It's spectacular. If you are not in good communication with your partner, it sucks. Meaningless sex outside of a relationship is horrible, pathetic, and lonely. Quotes Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise, having Rahu in Ashalesha, is the best living example of the psyche that these natives have when it comes to sex. These natives can get in the bed with a partner only when they connect, when they are in a relationship. They cannot have one night stands with a stranger. That is just out of their way of doing things. Rahu Ashalesha male natives have great attraction towards breasts of women. Cancer signify the breasts, and Rahu in Cancer gives too much attraction, more than usual, towards the breast. It is necessary for all of you to remember that like a woman, men too have breasts. A young man once asked this question: why men also have breasts? They are never going to feed babies. It is only the woman who breastfed her baby. Then why men also have breast? Men have breast, but they are the negative pole. They cannot feed a baby, and because they are negative, men have always had attraction towards the woman breast. Because woman breasts contain positive pole, she has the potential to produce milk and feed her baby. It is necessary to remember that when a child is conceived in a mother's womb, after 6 weeks, the body will become either male or female. If it becomes a female, then the polarity of sex energy will be near the breasts, the positive pole, because female vagina is the negative pole. If the child is a male, the sex center, the penis, will be the positive pole, and his breasts will have the negative pole. Sex center of a female is primarily based around her breasts, and sex center of a male is primarily centered around his penis. The female has no penis, although her body part called clitoris or clitoris exists, but it is non-functional. It has no function. The male has breasts, but they are non-functional. This is the greatest making of God. Brings a natural attraction because what a male has, the female doesn't, and what a female has, the male doesn't. It is a perfect match. Man's attraction towards the female breasts have been from the very beginning of time. In fact, so much of sculptures and poetry have been focused totally on the breasts of a woman. Psychologists have been raising question about why there are breasts in the male body when there appear to be no need, because a child is not going to be fed. What is the need? They are negative poles. Hence, so much attraction of the male mind towards the female breasts. They are positive electricity. So much poetry and painting and sculpture is concerned with female breasts. Really, it seems man is less concerned with the whole of feminine body and more concerned with the breasts. And this is not something new. The oldest primitive paintings in the caves are of breasts. The whole attraction between a male and female is simply because both are trying to become complete. Male has a penis which is functional. Woman has clitoris or clitoris which is non-functional. Female has breasts that can feed the baby. Male has breasts that are non-functional. So you see, both complete and complement each other. Indeed, a human being is the greatest creation of God. Whatsoever is positive in the male body is a negative in the female body, and whatsoever is positive in the female body will be negative in the male body. That is why when male and female meet in a deep orgasm, they become one organism. The positive meets the negative meets the positive, and both become one circle of electricity. Sex is important for men and women who are still to embark completely on the spiritual path. Many married women or men are in a dilemma, especially when they start becoming spiritual. They think to be spiritual means to condemn sex. That is a complete myth. As long as you are married, as long as you are living a material life, you should never ignore sex or drop sexual life. And this message is specifically for all my readers and close followers. The whole message is that maintain balance. Be a good husband or a good wife, but at the same time also keep few hours of the day for your own spiritual practice. That's all. Life is simple, my fellows, but it is your mind that makes it complicated. And then you come and ask, why my life is so complicated? One good aspect of Rahu in Ashlesha is that these natives are too caring by nature. They can become great mothers and they can also become great fathers. A single mom having Rahu in Ashlesha will leave no stone unturned when it comes to caring and nurturing her child. Being a single mother is twice the work, twice the stress, and twice the tears, but also twice the hugs, twice the love, and twice the pride. Overall, Rahu in Ashalesha is a highly sensitive person, emotional, a man of letters, and a person who can or has the potential to connect with the supernatural world, the beyond. The human world needs such men and women because it is only when your experience of life goes beyond body and mind that you can give something unique and beautiful to our planet, our Mother Earth. If human beings experience a life beyond one's physical nature, the need for conquest, conflict, and violence shall not exist. Meditate every day because it is only through meditation, through chanting the holy name of your Lord, the mantra, that you can someday experience the first glimpse of God within you. The first glimpse of God has to be in the innermost shrine of your heart. If you have not seen Him there, you can go on talking about Him, but you will not ever be able to see Him anywhere. God is within you. Devil is also within you. When you are utterly negative, angry, lustful, ignorant, you are in hell. The devil within you is leading the pack. When you are positive, when you are able to control your mind, when you are able to witness the ups and downs of your life, when you remain detached, when you are no more meditating but have become meditation, that even when standing in a marketplace, you are able to experience peace within, that is the moment, the sign that God within you is now leading the pack. And when God is in control, when God consciousness is driving you and your life, can anything ever go wrong? Never. Walk with faith, not with fear, and the journey becomes the destination. The journey is the destination. Always remember this. Always remember, destination is a mirage. There is never a destination because life is an eternal journey. And so focus on the journey of your life and not the destination. Live the moment. Learn to be here now, because past is no more and future is not yet. Now is the only moment. Life is flowing now. If you miss now, you miss life, and that is how you go on missing life. Meditation is simply to help you bring your mind to the now moment, because the mind is either thinking about the past or worried about the future. The meeting of the mind and the present moment rarely happens. And when it happens, meditation happens. Focus on your breathing and bring your mind to the now moment, because now is the only reality. Now is the only reality. All else is either memory or imagination. Life is flowing now. If you miss now moment, you miss life. Stop clinging to your past and stop clinging to your miseries. Let go. Once you stop clinging and let things be, you will be free. Even of birth and death, you will transform everything, says the Bodhidharma. Always remember that a life is a flux, a flowing river. Change is constant, and so whether you are going through bad phase or good phase of life, whether you are going through emotional turmoil or not, nothing is going to last forever, because everything in this human world is temporary. Everything is temporary. Emotions, thoughts, people, and scenery. Do not become attached. Just flow with it. Learn to go with the flow of your life. Miseries continue to flow into your life as long as you continue to cling. The moment you start living your life in a let go, the moment you start living your life by being detached, a great turning point comes in your life. And then there is no looking back. The sky is clear and you are ready to fly. You can touch the sky, you can experience the higher altitudes, the higher realms of consciousness only when you learn to live with detachment, total detachment. Meditate.